Last week on Dress to Kill, we saw Candace Woods, nurse, mom of two, and avid hunter, wait out the frustrating encounters she had with a few bucks in Ohio.
Not exactly how you want your morning to go.
Her luck had gotten worse when the landowner had pulled in his truck and scared off her chance at this nice-looking buck.
The deer just cleared the field, all of them.
But fate made up for it when on her last day of hunting, this great buck shows up and gives her a clean shot.
And I sure worked hard for this one. No cell service, I'm sure.
No, none at all.
This past summer, the Dress to Kill girls gathered at a cabin retreat and played target games with their Matthews bow.
No way!
Some were luckier than others.
This is the second challenge. This is the apple on the head. That is me up there with the apple on my head. So if you hit the apple in the first shot, you get 10 points.
With the game on the line and being behind, the pink team was up.
I'm gonna shoot Taylor in the head. I've always wanted to do that.
I put it right on the bottom.
Lindsay Ewert drew back her bow and realized that she was one of the unlucky ones.
That was pretty far off.
Lindsay.
Yeah. Not even dressed to encounter anymore. I'm a loser.
Lindsay's who I've hunted with out of most of the girls, and she has so much passion for hunting and the outdoors. She gets so excited over the littlest things. She's just made this so much fun for me.
Good shoot.
I am Lindsay Ewert. I'm 21 years old, born and raised on the family farm in Kansas. I'm currently a senior in college right now. I go to school all week, and I work and I volunteer, and on the weekends I spend my time hunting and fishing and camping and looking for arrowheads and spending time with my family and friends, because that's what means the most to me.
Lindsay Ewert. Don't let this pretty blonde fool you. She may have the looks, but if looks could kill, well, she's going to be just fine with that. With a preference for being outdoors and putting down the animals that get close enough to her pink bow, Lindsay is not only dressed to kill, but is ready to have a great time while doing it.
Well, Lindsay's my cameraman and my pack mule half the time when I'm not filming her. We spend a lot of time in the tree and in blinds hunting together.
Lindsay is a great asset to this team. She is our pack mule. She is extremely helpful on a hunt. She is always willing to grab anything and everything in sight.
She's extremely funny. Some of the things that come out of your mouth, they're so unexpected.
She hit it? No, she hit the block.
Yeah, I cuss a lot. Right now, actually, my mom is making me pay $1 every time I cuss, and the F-bomb is $5. Needless to say, I'm broke. Actually, I remember my first cuss word. I was sitting in, my mom says it's McDonald's, and I say it was Dairy Queen, but I was sitting there and we were eating, and I was like looking around in my bag, And I was like, what the hell? I was like, those didn't give me my toy. I was like, what did you say? It's like, those didn't give me my toy. She's like, you don't say that, Lindsay. I need to stop.
There's $1.
All those times I made you carry that blind.
There's $1. There's $1.
Dress to Kill is brought to you in part by Dead Ringer Broadheads. There will be blood. Dress to Kill is brought to you by Dead Ringer. There will be blood. Luminoc. Know where your arrow goes. Matthews. Catch us if you can. Hunter Safety Systems. Saving lives is what we do. And Bushnell Footwear. A lighter, faster breed of footwear. Earlier in the season, on September 24th, Tammy Gregory took a great buck in her home state of Missouri. Daylight was fading, and Tammy reaches for her Matthews bow in hopes of taking this great buck before sundown. With a branch in her way, the angle proved to be tricky, and unfortunately, Tammy missed with her first shot. But she ended up killing him just a little later as he circled back around to give her another shot.
We have, I don't know how many trail pictures of this deer, all summer long growing in velvet, and we haven't had a picture of him in probably 3 weeks. It's just kind of shut down. We just went to the spot on a whim, sat there all night. We hadn't even seen a deer, and he come feeding up with a doe. Had an opportunity at him at 25 yards, and I aimed a little high and hit a limb, and he spooked a little bit. He really didn't know what happened, and I shot him at 20 yards. And I'm still in shock, I think. I still can't believe it. This is one of the coolest deer I think I've ever seen, and I just can't believe this all happened tonight. It's a great way to start the season off. Heck, I'm done till after gun season now.
Tammy puts in the hard work, makes the second shot happen, and gets an awesome looking buck on her Missouri farm. Now, 21-year-old Lindsay Ewert has joined her father and is determined to kill her first deer by bow in her home state of Kansas.
Oh, this is scary.
After a little preparation, Lindsay is eager to see what this day has to offer.
Well, it's mid-October out here in Kansas. We're sitting in a bean field today. It's about 4 o'clock. Weather's still kind of warm, so there hasn't been much deer activity. But hopefully, as the weather changes, the rut will come on.
Several hours later, a couple of does gather in the distance as Lindsay and her dad patiently wait. Lindsay is hoping for a big buck, but the deer activity isn't promising at the moment.
I got started hunting since I was 5 or 6 years old. My grandpa and my uncle and my dad hunt. So my dad's taken me hunting since, I was a kid. We would squirrel hunt, and I remember I was probably 10 years old, and my dad was like, you gotta get ready for deer season. And so we got the 30-06 out, and we would shoot it all afternoon. And my mom would be so worried because I was so little, and she thought I was gonna break my shoulder shooting it so much. But it was a blast, and I've been hooked ever since. It's kind of a thing between me and my dad.
Lindsay is no stranger to the world of hunting. She's been hunting with her father since she was just a little girl. But over those years, she relied on a gun for all her kills. Today, she plans to change that. She is out to prove that she has what it takes to kill her first ever whitetail with a bow. Back in Kansas, Lindsay is still not seeing any big bucks.
I just saw a doe hop the fence.
But she was excited to hear from Tammy.
Hey, I just got a text from Tammy and Crystal. She said that they're on the road and they're heading this way. It got too late this morning, but they'll be here in the morning.
Cool.
Can't wait for them to get here.
Long hours of waiting in the stand also provide Lindsay and her dad plenty of time to have some fun.
It's October 20th. We're sitting in the meadow stand. It's really cold, but the sun's coming up. It's supposed to be... We're trying to do a short version.
I thought you were going to go into a chorus of Annie. The sun will come up tomorrow.
Bet you $1 by tomorrow. But the sun's warm. You can see my
I know, but it's not even cold yet. It's really not even cold. It's like 45 degrees.
Did that sound good? Give me some encouragement. It's supposed to be... We're trying to do a short version.
Dress to Kill is brought to you by Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors. She Outdoor Apparel. Her adventure starts here. Doe Girls Scent Control Cosmetics. Never sacrifice the products that make you feel like a woman. World-class artistry. Award-winning lifelike taxidermy for the discriminating sportsman. And Colby Lindsay Photography. Lindsay Ewart is in Kansas hunting with her dad. She's determined to get her very first buck kill by bow. However, the activity has been limited to does, and at this point, Lindsay is eager to put an animal down. Looks like she will just have to settle for a doe. This full-bodied doe shows up. It's not the big buck she was hoping for. But as the daylight is starting to fade, Lindsay is thinking that if this doe gets close enough, she may have to take the shot. Her father recognizes that if she wants to take the shot, now would be the time. Lindsay Ewart pulls back her bow and takes the shot. This makes it her first bow kill shot ever at a doe.
Just took a 20-yard shot at a doe. We followed her out for about 20 yards, not sure on the placement. We're waiting for it to get a little darker so we can track her down. But hey, it's my first shot at a doe with my bow, so that's exciting. So that's exciting.
I was really proud of Lindsay getting her first bow kill, which was a doe, and she got to share it with her dad, and it was a very special experience for the both of them together. Lindsay and I are going to hunt a lot together in the future. I just want to say congrats to her, and she put her dead ringer to good use.
Fresh on the blood trail, Lindsay Ewart and her dad are excited to track down her doe. Thankfully, her dead ringer broadhead made the tracking job easier as there was plenty of blood spilled all over the ground.
There's some right here. There's some right there.
The blood trail leads them into the woods, and her doe shouldn't be too much farther.
We mark it. Yeah, that's pretty promising.
Yeah, it looks better than it did.
Let's look for some more. Oh my God, there she is! Yay!
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Lindsay can't wait to get her hands on her prize, but first she has to tag it.
Do you have a knife?
Yeah. Just need to sign that real quick.
You have a tag?
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's nice.
Dress to Kill is brought to you in part by
A lot of good blood here in the snow.
Dead Ringer Broadheads. There will be blood.
That is a good deal.
Lindsay Ewert knocked down a great-looking doe in Kansas while she was hunting with her father.
So that's exciting.
Lindsay was really looking forward to killing a nice buck. But the deer herd has been affected by EHD, a fatal viral disease that has been creating problems this past year for whitetail hunting all across the nation. Although Tammy had a lot of success hunting this past year, her season wasn't without its fair share of hardships. Like many other hunters, her land was affected by EHD.
Well, today is January 26th, and I just picked Wyatt up from school. It's like, I don't know, 40 degrees today. It's a pretty nice day, comparatively. We've had some pretty nasty days here lately. So we decided to come down to our Kingston farm and look around for dead deer because, you know, we hunted here all season and we weren't seeing any of our bucks that we had pictures of this summer, and the neighboring farmer found several deer in the bottom field when he was combining. So there's this big river, see if you can see it, that runs through our property, and we just figured this would be the best place to start.
Unfortunately, Tammy is about to find out that EHD has taken several of her bucks she had trail cam pictures of. Her son Wyatt finds this beautiful drop time buck, and here are trail camera pictures before his EHD death. Wyatt also found this buck that Tammy had named the unicorn buck. He had not only made a presence in a cutty-back picture, but he provided a few full-motion video captures as well. It's just the beginning of what Tammy realizes is a bigger problem than what she had first thought.
And Wyatt just called and said he found a big one down here, so I'm walking down here to where he's at, and I'll show him to you. So talk to us, Wyatt.
Well, I was walking up there and I seen some bones down here, and then I found this. I've never seen it before, but it's just right down the bottom from where we put our cameras, but it's huge.
Oh my gosh.
He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then there's one off the back, 17.
Wow, look at that. That is a shame right there. That is a cool deer. Well, that's the first one of many, I suppose. Let's keep looking.
The first of many, indeed. EHD was responsible for thousands of whitetail deaths in 2012 and 2013. And the women of Dress to Kill witnessed the consequences of this disease firsthand.
Getting your first bow kill is quite an accomplishment, and Lindsay has gotten her sights set on a big buck for next year. But the EHD outbreak has taken its toll on the herd, and our numbers are way down. Hopefully next year the deer population won't be as affected, and the girls will be ready to fire some arrows with their Matthews bows.
Man, Dad, that was so many firsts. It's my first doe, my first deer with my bow, and we caught it all on film.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Well, this is my first bow kill, and I am so excited. We went hunting last night. We've only been able to go out a few times since school, but me and my dad have been filming, and things are going good. We sat out in a bean field last night, and a couple doe came in. We decided, why not? We have a tag to fill, good footage practice. Wasn't sure on the shot placement, so we waited until the morning to follow the blood trail. Got up bright and early this morning, heavy blood trail. 200 yards later, and a barbed wire fence. Here she is. She is beauty.
Well, you really did well.
Thank you, Dad. Can I have a hug?
Yeah.
One hug later, Lindsay and her dad share a special moment with her being able to get her first bow kill ever. As time passes and all the gear gets packed up, the Ewerts hit the road. Lindsay reminds all hunters how special that first kill is. This is just the beginning of many great things to come for 21-year-old Lindsay Ewert.
Lindsay is a great asset to the DTK team, and I am so proud of her for her doe kill. But there are many more good times to come, and I can tell you this, I've hunted a lot with this girl, and we are going to be taking down animals all across the nation on future episodes of Dress to Kill. So until then, happy hunting to all, and be safe.
Lindsay Ewert may have started off unlucky in target practice when the girls were playing games together at the cabin earlier in the summer. But when you grow up on a farm in Kansas, like Lindsay has, you realize that you have to work hard to get the job done. And by working harder, Lindsay was able to persevere with her bow and ended up knocking down a great-looking doe. Despite EHD affecting the herd, ultimately, this is just the first of many great upcoming experiences Lindsay is ready to encounter as a member of the Dress to Kill team. This has been a Watermark production.